I have some news.
Let's play some news.
News segment stuff.
News? Somewhere in time. News. You hear it first.
So, I mean, I have a couple things. So, mostly just new releases. Voivod, Morgoth Tales.
I haven't listened to that yet.
Oh, that's very
You need
good.
to listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I was going to, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to listen to these albums for this.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I can play a little bit of...
I listened to some of most of Fix My Heart. It's all I've heard so far.
Oh, okay.
Good.
It is good, yeah.
You play macro solutions to mega problems.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Keith's like, oh, fuck. They're going to talk about Voivod now. Get a little more context. So this is they went in and re-recorded basically like their best hits, or like a bunch of songs from their discography, like going all the way back to the first album. So
for their 40th anniversary.
Yes,
that's
and they brought in some guests too. So if people don't know, their singer, what is his name? What is his Snake?
Snake.
Yeah, Snake, or whatever his real name is. I always forget.
Is it Dennis Belanger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He left for a while.
Belanger.
Belanger.
And they had another guy come in, Eric Forrest, and he's featured on one song, Rise. And then Jason Newsted is also on the album because he played bass with them for a couple albums. So
and the self-titled was really good with Jason, and then the other albums with Jason were not very good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, Piggy passed away, so they were culling stuff
true.
from his riff tapes. So yeah.
But yeah, it's very good. It's a fun listen for sure. And there's a new song too.
Yeah.
Morgoth Tales, which is also
it's
good.
also good.
It sounds very much like the stuff on their newer albums.
Yeah.
So that's that. Oh, I should mention Cavalera Conspiracy re-released Morbid Visions, which is also a re-recording.
Huh.
I have not listened to it at all yet.
Nor have I. Was it more? Are they doing Bestial Devastation as well?
Those albums aren't good.
I know, that's the thing. Like, let me go to the album and see. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's stuff off Bestial Devastation too. But
yeah, they did.
Maybe it has been
They
released
did both albums.
Okay.
They re-recorded both albums.
Okay, that's what I thought. So those albums were always packaged together. Were they both EPs? Is that what it was? Or
no, it's a full track listing. But the Morbid Visions has 9 songs, and Bestial Devastation. Oh, Bestial Devastation has 6 songs. Maybe you're right. Maybe the.
I don't
So there's both. Okay, I didn't know the Bestial Devastation.
Yeah, it's both. Yeah, I guess because there's only 6 songs, they might as well.
Yeah, so it's like maybe an EP and an album.
Sounds
jammed
like
together.
Probably. Those albums were so bad. It was like
I don't. So Schizophrenia was the first. That's the oldest one I can tolerate by then.
Yeah, that one was okay. It's pretty good. But yeah, beyond that, it was like oof.
Yeah, it's like if I hadn't heard the better Sepultura before Schizophrenia, I would probably not like Schizophrenia. I think there's some like I know where this is going, so it's terrible.
I mean, the production was so bad on those early things.
He was super Cookie Monster in that one.
Oh yeah, but they were so
That's what I'm curious to hear about. Like I've never heard any of this, so let me play. This is the re-recording. This is The Curse from Bestial Devastation. It's the first song on the album. Oh, it's a minute 15. Never mind, I went fast. Let's go to the title track. Wow, death metal riff.
Death metal riff.
Quintessential death metal.
Yep. That's the death metal riff.
Jeez. Yeah.
Interesting. No redeeming qualities.
Well, I guess the
That's
vocals
not
are pretty
entirely
good.
true.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
the drumming was good.
It sounds better.
Does sound better. The
Yeah.
vocals are better. The
You
drums sound
You can
good.
drums are very
clearly,
good.
you can appreciate more why you don't like it now.
Yeah.
It sounds clear.
All right.
Cool.
Well, sticking with the new album, I got one more. So there's a band called Withering Scorn, which is Sean and Glenn Drover. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, those are the guys that were in
they
Megadeth.
played in Megadeth
Wow.
for a while. And the album is actually pretty
I think
good.
one of us probably was in Megadeth at some point too.
No, I was actually pretty impressed with the album. It's not like fantastic, but I listened to the whole thing and I liked it. I enjoyed what I heard, so I'll play a little bit of that for you. I think who else is in the band? I can't remember. There's like another significant person in the band too.
Yeah, I like
Not
it.
bad. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, it was the bass player from Fate's Warning. That was the other person that.
I was gonna say it sounds like Fate's Warning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad though. It's pretty good.
I like it. I'm gonna check it out. What's it called?
The name of the band is Withering Scorn. The name of the album is Prophets of Demise, which I think they should be reversed, quite frankly. I think Prophets of Demise is a better band name.
I agree. 100%. Guys got it backwards.
Yeah.
Maybe the next album will be like totally reversed. Like we changed our band name and
Right. Yeah, right. All right, and last thing I got, which is it'll be quick, but have you guys seen this new Sphere thing in Vegas? It's a new like a concert venue, but I think they can do like
giant hoot ball.
Have you seen? It's ridiculous. It's like
No,
this
I haven't.
gigantic. You should look it up. I don't know how I'd share it right now, but I could share my screen, I guess. But if you just
I'll
Google
search.
Sphere in Vegas, you'll see. It's just like this humongous, and they just have like millions of LED screens on it, so they can
What in the
project anything
like
they want.
It's
Yeah.
like the volume.
Yeah, but and they at night they'll project like these huge things, like a giant eyeball. So you're just like this giant eyeball in the middle of Vegas.
Dude.
It's
So I see a picture of the eyeball.
yeah. You just see video of it. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But U2 is supposed to play there, and the whole inside is just like a whole surrounding LED screens, so they can do all sorts of shit all around the band.
U2
That's
still
insane.
a fucking band?
Yeah.
Jeez, that sucks.
But no,
That's my wife.
it's really really cool looking. I mean, if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Futuristic sphere.
Yeah.
Giant hoot ball.
It's a basketball.
Yeah, the basketball looks. I thought that was fake at first. I'm like, that's fucking real. What the hell? Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, bands are gonna want to play that, right? Like not just U2.
That's what I'm hoping. Like I'm hoping it'll be
just U2 is going to have like a lifelong residency there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Zoo TV tour.
I think even if bands do play there, there's no fucking way I'll be able to afford to go.
No.
It's like
Tickets are $3,000 for the
$6,000.
nosebleeds. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but it does look fucking cool. And there's I
it's
watched
crazy.
there's a thing on YouTube, like the engineering behind it. It's crazy.
It's
I
amazing.
think they've been building it since 2018 or something like that. So
The economy's going to shit, but some assholes
build this. Yeah.
hey, at least we have a giant eyeball in the middle of Vegas now.
Hey,
Well, you need that.
Imagine like you didn't know about that, and you're like on an airplane flying into Vegas, and then you wake up, you look out the window, and there's this giant eyeball looking at you,
staring at you.
Especially if
And
you
you're,
were
like,
say
half
high on
asleep.
drugs.
Yeah,
What are
or you,
Of course, one of the best things is people now are just taking that and putting fake shit on it, right? So they'll be like,
Oh.
like the Sauron eye or whatever from the
yeah, that's what it should be.
Lord of the Rings.
I see you, Aragorn.
Oh, it's great. That would be awesome.
Yes,
Look out your window. You're like, oh my god,
it's
Lord of the
Sauron's eye. That would be awesome.
yeah.
Why is that not happening right now? It's flaming eyeball just. Come on,
Great.
do it. Oh, there's a
Anyway.
jack-o'-lantern one too. Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah, that was cool too.
Wow.
So that's what I got
That
for
is-
for news. News.
News.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've been listening to a fuck ton of Submachine lately. Once again, and their guitar player Jeff passed away a month ago.
Oh okay.
But it is one way or another. It is, let's face it. I think we all know, all human beings know that Pittsburgh is just a vile pool of utter shit, and nothing
What?
that's ever good come out of it except for this band. Only
Get in
good
mind.
thing that's ever come out of Pittsburgh. But I love
You're
this
wrong.
band. I got to open for them a number of times, and got to see them
What's
in
wrong with
January.
Pittsburgh?
Oh, it's
It's just
generally
scum
hated by the
fuck.
rest of the country.
Yeah, because it's pieces of shit.
Sidney Crosby.
I present to the jury.
Steelers fans.
Mr. Rogers.
Obnoxious.
I mean, Mr. Rogers, yes, Mr. Rogers and Submachine. Two different,
Oh, Mr.
only,
Rogers.
only two good things out of Pittsburgh that matter. But one way or another, Submachine, check that band out. They are badasses, and unfortunately, yes, I'm not sure what's going to happen with them in the future because they're badass, great human being of a guitar player passed away a month ago.
Like, do you know how disappointing it is for me when I go to Pittsburgh with you guys and I enjoy
Have
it?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
It's
"God
it's
damn it.
strange.
Oh, damn this place. They're Yinzer annoying idiot Penguins fans.
Cesspool.
I've got this on. I actually bought this because I got the audiobook for it. It's Kurt Vonnegut, Breakfast of Champions. The audible version is read by John Malkovich. And it's the most amazing thing I've ever heard as far as an audiobook. Like, I cannot recommend that enough. If you have Audible, you should definitely. The book's great, and then to have this weirdo read it was phenomenal.
What's it called again?
Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions.
Okay, that's pretty easy to remember. Yeah.
And he goes. I think the first thing he says is it's not about the cereal, Wheaties.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if you've read Kurt Vonnegut, but
No.
he's something. Like, it's fucking good. I'm not gonna you just explore it if you want a book. Probably pick up any of his books and be very entertaining. But the Audible one, you guys have
Oh
Audible?
yeah, if it's yeah.
No.
I've always got
Well-
like extra credits. So, your points are expiring.
Yeah, I get those from Tiff.
Yeah.
That's how I got the. I'm listening to.
Highly recommend this.
Okay.
My God, that thing. I still laugh about that thing you sent me from Heir to the Empire. That fucking Wookiee. That was God. I was
Yeah.
literally in this meeting at work, and he sent me this thing, and I had little earphones in, and oh God,
What is it?
There's a
I
book
just
called
started-
Heir to the Empire, which came out like 40 years ago.
1991.
Oh yeah. I read it when it came out. That
Which
was
Empire?
Yeah,
Badass.
Timothy Zahn. Yeah, great. But there's yeah, I'm reading it now too. But there's I guess if you get the Audible version, the audiobook, how the authors, I don't know why they do this. To this day, I don't know why they don't hire like multiple people to read these books.
Mhm.
But the same guy,
This costs more.
I know. So a guy does a girl's voice, which is stupid. But Eric sent me this clip of the guy doing
Oh no.
a Wookiee voice.
Okay.
But the Wookiee's like, but
Oh.
this Wookiee
the
can
Wookiee
can
speak
speak with it.
English. Yeah, he can
He's-
speak. Yeah.
You see basic, I guess they call it Star Wars. And oh god.
I'll play it for you. I have it right here. Right here.
Oh, and
You have it on your computer?
He was there, Leia insisted as they returned to where she and Chewbacca stood. I saw him.
That may be true.
Walrus said, slipping his knives back into the hidden sheaths behind his baldric. Salporin, his attention still back on the house, kept his own knives ready.
But we found no trace of anyone.
Leia bit at her lip.
okay.
Why would you do that? I mean, how did somebody in production not be like, you're fired?
Re-record that.
Yeah, we're doing this over.
So,
well, I kept thinking of this commercial. There was a commercial with Jerome Bettis, and he would go. There was a commercial for Madden, and he would go, "The wheels on the bus go round and round." And my dad, I swear, to God, I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything, but he came in where I was watching that commercial. He goes, "Is that guy supposed to be retarded?"
Well, he is from Pittsburgh.
I was like, oh my God, Dad, he's not. But when I heard that Wookiee thing, I thought of that the Ron Bettis thing, and I pictured my dad saying he's supposed to be retarded. And I'm in this meeting at work, and I'm like, I had to like walk away.
Why were you listening to an audiobook at a meeting? Is it that
No,
bad?
Well, Eric said I was texting with Eric because I was so bored. We were texting back and forth, and he's like, this is the worst thing. Why the hell?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm listening to the audiobook, and I got to the part where they meet the Wookiees, and they find out that the Wookiees can talk, and I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna. Oh Jesus Christ!
And they don't. And they're gonna keep doing it. You know, there's a
whole chapter. There's like multiple chapters where they're on Kashyyyk and they have to like use. You know, they have to get help from these Wookiees, and oh my God, it's so. I mean, like I gotta think that there's some other version of this out there somewhere, like somebody else reading this where it's a little bit better.
I don't know,
because I think the one I got it must have been
something
like from 1984 or whatever this album, whatever this audiobook.
91 is what it came out of 91. Okay. So, well, there's also a part where you sent me a clip of how they had Lando's voice.
Oh God!
And Lando sounds like a redneck.
I can play that.
He's
too.
like, "Hey, buddy, you can land your ship if you want to."
Who's that supposed to be?
A familiar voice said.
Lando.
Welcome to Nomad City. What's this about playing a hand to Sabacc?
What the?
That's supposed to be Lando.
That's Lando. Hey, man.
It sounds like the guy from the Kree guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
You got that new Jason Aldean album? Oh, yeah.
They wanted to eat you, boy.
Yeah. Yondu.
Yeah.
God. Why?
What's this about playing around a Sabacc?
Oh, you pirate. Oh.
So you're not going to get much of that in this book. As an example. No. So like there's drawings occasionally in there. And when you're listening to the book, he's just like reading, like so here he would say, a lamb was a young animal which was legendary for sleeping well on planet Earth. It looked like this. And here is a picture of a lamb. There he goes. It's on. That's just how it's like, I don't know. There's really no voices.
Yeah.
It's just fucking John
he doesn't.
Yeah.
That does sound worth it.
He doesn't just break into Russian for no reason.
He does like slight variations here and there, but it's not the embarrassing shit.
I tried watching Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oof, it's pretty rough. It's kind of like, remember we used to get bootlegs and they were like really bad audio quality. Not to say that this show is bad audio quality, but you'd look for like redeeming factors in these bootlegs. You're like, well, at least it has this. It's kind of like that. You're like, I'm familiar with the source material, so I'm looking for things that are like good about it. But there's not a whole lot.
Wow.
It's pretty rough. I don't know if it gets better, but I watched like 4 episodes, and it's Indiana Jones is like 9 years old.
Where do you even find that show?
There's Disney Plus.
Okay. I don't think I have that anymore.
It's weird too because it was done in like 93, but it looks like it was done in like 1981 or something. It's such a strange show. It's really weird.
There was Alamo before all. I don't know if you guys have been to the Alamo Draft House for movies, but before every movie, they'll play like relevant stuff to the movie you're about to watch. It's usually really goofy stuff, right?
Like trivia?
No, like if you go see Spider-Man, they'll show like Japanese Spider-Man trailers. They'll show like really random, weird shit that's just goofy and usually pretty hilarious. So for when I saw the latest Indiana Jones, they had before it, they were like, so you know about Crystal Skull, but did you know that Harrison Ford made another appearance in? I think it may have been Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it was Young Indiana Jones.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that episode yet, but I heard about it.
He goes to some cabin in the middle of the woods in winter, so it's all covered in snow, and he beats the bad guys. This is no joke. The guys are like coming to the door, and he plays a saxophone, which causes vibrations to pour snow on top of them outside, and that's how it.
Oh
yeah,
boy.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is
talks
like
about how he loves like.
I love jazz. When I was in,
I love his jazz.
Let me play this saxophone, and the snow falls on the guys. I'm like, what? That was a real thing.
That was a real thing. It's weird too, because I guess the original airing of that show, they had this really, really, really old Indiana Jones. He was like 90 years old in like a rocking chair, and he would introduce the episode. But they took that out it's not on Disney Plus version. They took that out.
Oh, really?
Because
he'd be like, "This is the story of when I went to Italy," you know.
because Harrison Ford is almost 90, so that's
maybe they're like
too close to home.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
that guy was younger than Harrison Ford is now.
You're right. Probably. The actor probably
possibly, was. Yeah. Although the new Indiana Jones was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Battle of Destiny was good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I'd give it a B-.
Yeah, I mean, like out of 10, probably 7.5.
Yeah, worth seeing.
So, yeah,
good send off.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back to Somewhere in Time Podcast, everybody. somewhereintimepodcast.com is where you find us online. Get to all of our stuff there. All of our episodes are on there. You can also see us if you want to look at our pretty faces on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/somewhereintimepodcast. I'm Eric. We've got Tim here.
Hello.
And Joe is here.
Hi.
And Keith is here.
I am here.
Guten Abend.
Joining us once again, because he couldn't get enough of us, is Greg Gonzalez.
Hello.
He's back.
Hi.
And
he's back.
This episode, we are talking about Chaos AD by Sepultura from Brazil. So, I want to play a little bit of this to get started. Anyone have nominations on what
play the beginning so we can talk about
the beginning, the first song?
Yeah, you got to start there.
What's his unborn son?
It's Zion.
Zion. Fade it out there. So this band is Max Cavalera on vocals and guitar, Igor Cavalera on drums, Paolo Jr. on bass, and Andreas Kisser on lead guitar. And this album was produced by Andy Wallace. And it sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the production on this is like superb. It's just it might be their best sounding album. I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's a remaster that sounds even better. I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that. When did that come out?
I don't know when it came out, but that's. I think that's what my vinyl is actually.
Did you guys buy this when it came out?
Oh yeah,
of course, yeah.
Probably the day of.
Yeah, we were into them since Beneath the Remains.
89.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I got into them on the next album. I think you did too, Keith, right?
Yeah, Rise.
On Arise?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I did not. I mean, at this point, I was, phasing more towards punk than metal. So I did not pick this up until I signed up for the Columbia Record House.
I did that too.
Everybody did that. You had to do that.
I did that. Not for this, but
it was the biggest scam on earth. Everyone.
Yeah. I did it in
But
1986.
They ended up
They
ended up not getting their money.
Yeah.
Like you just had to have your mom write to them.
Come on.
Yeah.
I remember though, like my memory of Sepultura at this time prior was like the album before this, Arise.
Yeah.
Is there was a video that was on like Headbangers Ball for Dead Embryonic Cells, which I didn't get into except for my cousin, who was the singer in the band that I played in. We would just wait for the drum fill in the middle of that song and watch that over and over again. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's an amazing drum fill in Dead Embryonic Cells. It's like it's in the video. It's just like it's very.
I don't remember the video at all.
Anyway.
I'm sure I've seen it though.
And so but I did not like the rest of that album at all. And then this album coming out, I have a very visceral memory of when it came out. My same cousin called me. He's like, "Listen, I just got the new Sepultura album. You need to go and buy it right now and put it on. Like, literally leave what you're doing." And I was living in Boston at the time, and I went to Newbury Comics, which is on Newbury Street, and I bought it. And I came home and I put it on in my dorm room, and when this song came on, I couldn't believe how heavy it was. I had it on like full blast on my stereo, and I had to like go stand out in the hallway because I was just so like pumped from like how amazing this album was. It was such a difference, between this album and the last one for me.
Oh yeah, it's a stylistic change. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
more tribal, and there's more percussion, and there's just it's slower, it's heavier.
So I was trying to figure out like what is the reason why this is a different album, and so and I think the difference is the producer.
Yeah,
Andy Wallace. So what happened is that apparently they recorded the Rise album and they did not like the recording of it, the band, so they brought in Wallace to remaster it, and so he remasters that album, and then they stick with him to produce this album, and so but Sepultura's sound to me changed from being like a lot of like just completely double bass the entire time and like full on
like
just
speed
screaming
metal. Yeah,
but this album is totally more groovy, and it's got all these like slowed things which are really awesome, like this song, and then the one where they're all wearing mud in the video.
Yeah, territory.
Yeah.
But like it's way different than their other albums because it has that slow groove sound. And so what's interesting is when I was thinking about like looking at the I think. I don't know if this is true or not, but I really think Andy Wallace played a huge part in slowing them down and like making them more groovy because. So do had you guys ever watched the making of the Black Album, that video?
Oh yeah, of course.
So Metallica in that video, that movie, they see that Motley Crue has made that album with Bob Rock and
Dr. Feel Good.
And they're like, we want that, so we need to make an album like that. So we need Bob Rock. So I think this is just a guess. That Sepultura got what's that Slayer album that came out? I'm delaying. No, before that, Season in the Abyss.
Season in the Abyss.
Andy Wallace produced it, and they're like, okay, we want this. And then they brought him because that to me, like that Slayer album, I would think I might have been on the podcast you did.
You were. Yeah,
was the album that made Slayer much more accessible because he slowed them down. They got more groovy stuff. They had guitar solos that kind of made sense.
Much better than the previous album.
But if you see, like to me, like that was the album for me with Slayer. It's like I love some of the earlier Slayer stuff, but like this guitar is not as good. But then when that album came out, I'm like, oh wow, these guys can play.
Yeah.
Same thing for me with Sepultura. When this album came out, I'm like, wait a minute, these guys, they can play. It's groovy, and I did not realize there was a connection for that. But then when I was talking to my cousin, he's the guy. He's like, it's definitely Andy Wallace. He did it, and I think he's totally right.
Yeah,
it could be.
Oh yeah, I could see that for sure. Yeah,
because to me, like, well, I mean, I like Slayer, but the album that made Slayer accessible to me was Seasons in the Abyss, and this to me for Sepultura is my Seasons in the Abyss. Like, I mean, I love also Roots is an amazing album, But this album, to me, changed my complete opinion of this band. It went from being a band that I kind of like to like, holy shit, I can't
agree.
stop listening to this.
Yeah, 100%. I played this album so much.
Yeah,
God,
it's my favorite
over and
Sepultura
over.
album.
I really liked a lot Arise, but the production on it's not good. It just you just
Not
can't
really,
hear a lot of, can't really hear
that album
things.
is. They wanted to do a combination of death metal and thrash for Arise, which it's cool. But this was them becoming.
Well, I would like it
more
better
themselves.
If it sounded better. You know?
Yeah,
Arise. Yeah.
I feel like
I guess that
KSAD
seems like an
is
obvious statement. Like, well, if it sounded better, I would like it better.
Yeah, but the songs are so much better on this album too. The songwriting is better.
Yeah.
It's a major progression.
Yeah.
But a lot of the progression, though, I think, is similar to the Slayer progression in that they slowed it down. They slowed it down and they put those good groove parts into it versus just double bass the entire time.
Right.
Yeah, it makes the songs all stand out a lot more because there's variation. There's, different feelings in each song, different vibes. So
well, like they took like the idea of like that sort of like Pixies Nirvana thing of like quiet loud, like that's sort of like the thrash version of it, like where like everything doesn't need to be full on 100%.
Right.
Slow it down, and then now we'll kick it up, then we'll slow it down. Like like so if you go back to Slayer, like that album, like Season in the Abyss, like it has like some slower stuff, and then all of a sudden you got War Ensemble. It's like it's full on, but then it comes back to like Seasons in the Abyss, like
even War Ensemble has that heavy middle part where it's just like this just chugging, grooving riff.
Yeah.
And I remember when that video came out, I was like, oh shit, this is. Even the guitar solo was like, wait a minute, that guitar solo is in key.
Yeah,
right. That's not normal.
But so like this. This album, like listen to like with the other the song that they had the video for where they're all were in the mud was
Territory.
Yeah, but that song, like I put it on the groove of that, like like that's so different than anything on the last Sepultura album.
Oh yeah,
it's a drop D, or it's, I guess it's
not this part. Like when the verse comes in.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drums are just. Yeah.
Looking for something to smash.
Break something and you're off. Don't do it. This is a YouTube episode for sure. Yeah, you gotta watch this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's that's good. And that's funny because I was watching an interview with this from back in like 90. It may have been that thing you sent me, Tim, but they were asking him like, did you feel pressure to write something? And they're like, well, no, like Arise wasn't like a super successful album. It's not like we were trying to top that. We still felt like we could do whatever we wanted, and that's why that's part of the reason why they wrote this album. Is like, it's kind of like when people picked on Metallica for going to Black Album, but it's like they just wanted to write something different.
Yeah,
want to do something different.
Yeah,
and this is definitely different than Arise.
Pretty much thrash it had run its course by this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I want to be like a AC/DC that just keeps putting out the same thing over and over, or try something new?
Right.
Plus, playing thrash as you age is not easy to do.
No.
Like anything else that's physical.
Yeah. I didn't mention this is the first album where Paulo actually plays bass.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like,
well,
all the other
it's
albums
where he records it. He played.
But he
bass
played
bass live. Yeah,
but that's so weird.
Andreas played bass on the other albums.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should also mention that the Heartbeat, the Zion Heartbeat, that's Zion, and Zion plays drums on the last Soulfly album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We're old.
Imagine playing drums in your dad's band, and it's a
Not only that, but
Soulfly. It's like a thrash band. Like,
not only that, but the kid's probably close to 30.
Yeah.
Or I guess he is.
Yeah,
he is 30. Yeah.
He'd be
he's
close,
gotta
right?
be. Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Well, who knows when he was?
He's probably 31 at this point.
I'm gonna find out.
Oh my God, that's
He's
crazy.
born
So
January
the awesome
1993.
So just in
Yeah.
general, pointing out this album, not only is the songs, I mean, the songwriting's awesome, but the production of it is also really good. Like, I mean,
That's
the
what blows me away.
instruments and
Yeah.
the drums in particular,
Mhm,
and the rhythm section of it is just like it is. It has like the appropriate high end is also the low end, but it's not like muddy at all.
And the guitar tone is just about perfect. Like for me, that's the perfect sounding distortion on this album. It sounds great.
And you can hear the bass maybe for the first time on
Yeah.
this band's.
Yeah.
I think that's true. The other thing about though, I think that Cavalera changed his vocals slightly between this album and the last album to make them like less death metal-y. Like the last, if you were to listen to Arise, like it's very much like a Cannibal Corpse-y type vocal, versus this one, like he's almost like, I mean, there's still pretty aggressive vocals.
There's a bit of soul to it, I feel like.
I mean, he's not. I mean, he's like got the. I mean, he has like sort of. It's not in key, but like it's more like it's definitely more. It's more accessible, you know. I would say, you know, definitely.
Yeah.
I whereas like I would vote like my view of Sepultura prior to this was like, oh, it's Cookie Monster, and that's really pretty much about it. You know, like that kind of like, you know, Cookie Monster vocals, and like these ones are more like, to me, like I didn't like immediately discount it. I thought that the vocals were better.
Yeah, I always like before this album. I always said I don't like death metal, but I do love Sepultura, and because people kind of equated them to death metal, but like they were one of the only bands. Okay, if you're gonna call them death metal, then I like that band, but I'm not. I mean, death I kind of like, but I never really got way into death like I did Sepultura. So, but yeah, I see your point. That's and yeah, I think his vocals are. I mean, they sound great on this album, better than they had.
To me, like this
before.
is like, I mean, I would say like for me, like it's sort of like a watershed of this particular band where I went from like being like, Sepultura to like, holy shit. Like versus like I would compare it to like, I remember I have a visceral memory of like when the Soundgarden, like their record came out, the first record with Loud Love on it. Like we got it. And I'm like, hey, you know, it's all very hyped on MTV. And I'm like, I like Loud Love, but the rest of this, I just can't get into so much. But then when Bad Motorfinger came out,
oh my God.
I remember like my cousin running to my house with the record, like, we have to listen to this right now. It just came out. And like being like, oh my God, like my head's exploding. And so like, but that completely changed my opinion of Soundgarden. Like it literally went from like, I could like take or leave Soundgarden versus Soundgarden is an essential band in my life. And for me, Soulfly was like, you know, I mean, that's Soulfly. I mean, Sepultura was like, I kind of like that one song with the drum solo versus like, this album is amazing. I can't stop listening to it. Yeah. And like, so this album, when I bought it, it just stayed in my CD player at the time until the next metal album came out. I mean, it was so good. To every song, this album's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole album.
Not nearly the same level, but COC was like that when Pepper started singing for them.
Oh yeah,
like
oh my
God. Before
Oh,
Pepper started taking over on vocals, it was like, they're fine, whatever.
Oh, like Vote Like a Bullet and stuff like
Vote
that.
with a Bullet was their one good song. I thought.
Well, yeah, because Pepper sang on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's like, why isn't he singing all the time?
Exactly, and I think everybody heard that, and they were like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess everyone wants Pepper to sing."
I love that album. I like that song. I was disappointed with his tryout for Metallica.
Oh
yeah. Well, he didn't really want to be in Metallica anyway, I don't think.
I know, but that video in Some Kind of Monster where he comes there, because I felt sad for him. I wanted him to get $1 million check.
He didn't. I mean, I think James had to convince him to even show up because he was kind of like, "Dude, I don't want to. This isn't my thing." And James was like, "Come on,
that
man,
would have been weird anyway."
Yeah, everyone knew. Like, that's not. He's a guitar player.
Work.
He's not a bass player anyway. It's weird. They got the right guy.
They definitely got the right guy.
Yeah,
just like, be weird to have your tryout on video like that.
Yeah, it would be really awkward.
Dream Theater did the same thing, so whatever.
Yeah. I didn't know this before I looked at the wiki for this, but the album title was originally going to be called Propaganda.
Yeah.
But they changed it to KSAD. And according to Wikipedia is not always right, but after Misfits Earth AD. That's what Max Cavalera said.
I read that in more than one source. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the record company was going to call it Refuse Resist. So like, if you don't give us a name for this album, we're going to name it for you. We're going to call it Refuse Resist. And he's like, all right, we're going to call it KSAD. And yeah, he referenced the Misfits thing.
Yeah.
Max, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's the appropriate name for it.
perfect.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is good.
The other thing is that one of the things I read about this, aside from the Andy Wallace involvement, is that Caballero was listening to some other band that I never heard of during the time of recording this. I got to look up the name of it so I can tell you guys about it. Hold on a second.
Was it the band they cover, which I'd never heard of?
The
New Model Army.
Yes, that's it. He said,
Yeah.
because they were also produced by Andy Wallace. He's like, we love New Model Army. And I went and listened to their album. Like, this doesn't sound like
It's
anything having to do with Sepultura.
It's old 80s British pop. I mean, it's like,
But I got to tell you that when I looked that up, I'm like, I cannot wait to listen to this. It's going to blow my mind. And I listened to it, I'm like, God damn it.
That's one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah.
The Hunt,
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Have you heard the original? Because I was
No.
just listening to
No.
it today.
I always
wanna
thought the
hear it?
song was fine. I thought it was kind of.
Do you want to
How
hear the
about we?
original?
How
Yeah,
about,
I do.
I think I like it because it's just catchy. It's got kind of a hook.
Is that like another weird thing that like probably we all have is that you listen to like when you to hear a song like the New Model Army song that we were all talking about that you heard on the Sepultura album, like that's your first introduction to it. Then you go back to the original and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
You know, like isn't that
That
weird?
happens. Yeah, that happens a lot.
So like, have you guys
Ghost
watched?
likes to do that. Ghost likes to cover songs and you go back and go,
Yeah, and you're like, whoa.
Have you guys seen the TV show The Bear?
oh yeah,
yeah,
I
I
heard
just,
about it. Great
I
show.
haven't seen it yet.
So there's a song in The Bear that keeps coming up by The Refused. I think that's the name of the band.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
it's like the common theme when they're about to like do some major cooking or
Yes,
something. Right? Yeah,
but Anthrax covered it on an album on either
maybe
Worship
that's because every time that comes up, I'm like, I've heard this
What?
before. Where have I heard this?
Yeah, they covered it either on Worship Music or the album after. I'm like, holy shit, like I know this song. And then I listened to the Refused version, the one that's actually on the TV show. And like the beginning part's the same, but then once the vocals come in, like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. But then I went back and listened to the Anthrax one with Joey singing. I'm like, I love everything about this. Like it's so much better.
I remember
New
hearing
Noise
"Am I
apparently
Evil?"
is the same. Now I have to. I'm sorry.
Well,
now I
there's
have to dig into
the-
this because you brought
on
this up. Because
Garage Days, there's like the originals that it's like, oh, what the fuck? Like shit, what is it?
Crash Course.
Or,
Crash Course.
Brad
Yeah.
Fan?
Yeah, Crash Course, I think. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This
Oh yeah,
sucks.
the middle part of Crash Course that they make fun of.
Whoa.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, yeah,
baby. Yeah, all that stuff. I was like, what is happening? No wonder they made
Tripping through the daisies, as James called it.
Yeah. But yeah, am I?
Anyway, so
Huh?
So back to Sepultura, like the New Model Army version is just garbage compared to whatever they put
Okay.
out.
Eric,
yeah, I'll
Eric's
play a
so
little
much
bit of it.
Yeah.
I recognize it.
We went into town on a Tuesday night.
Can't do that voice.
In the backstreet cellar, dive drinking clubs. In the discotheques and the gaming pubs. We're looking for you.
Yeah, that's the gist. But you know,
Oh, that's horrible.
it's pretty funny. Usually
Holy
when
fuck.
Brits sing, they get rid of their accent. This
Yeah,
guy's like full
that
on
was
Cockney.
full
Like I don't give
blown.
a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to work on that. He sounds like the Pet Shop Boys, but without an off key.
Yeah.
I'm so like fixated on the whole Anthrax doing that song that I can't remember what. Since Greg brought that up, I'm like, what album was it on? What is? I can't.
What's the
'cause I
song
knew I'd
called?
heard it before. Is it called New Noise? That's what I found on Google.
That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
New Noise.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, and I didn't know Anthrax did that. I couldn't. This is the
Yeah,
song.
it's a cover at the end of one of those. It's either on Worship Music or
It's-
the album after it. It's like an extra song.
Looks like it's on worship music.
Oh, it's a bonus.
Yeah. That's right. I have heard this. Yeah, I've heard this.
Wait, what's the song called?
New
Is it Crawl?
Noise.
No. New Noise.
I think it was on the CD.
I'm not seeing it on the track listing.
I definitely heard this.
What? Oh, here it is.
Well, let's see if I can. I don't think the Anthrax version is on Spotify. I'm looking on YouTube right now. But I'm sorry I'm fixated on this. I just like
Yeah.
Cause
Get it out of
be
your
on
system.
Spot. It'll be on Spotify, but it's a hidden track at the last track on the album.
Okay, I see it listed now. Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah.
You should get this one. Okay.
Can I scream? To admire, can't afford the beauty of it, can't afford the luxury of putting it on head. And plus that $1,000 smile, and behold creation of man.
Okay. That's okay. All right.
Yeah, now listen to the Refused version of it, and you're gonna throw up. Listen to it.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, come on. Music's good though. Shit.
Yeah, the music's good, but
Well, it sucks.
Well,
And I'm trying to figure out what the connection with that is, and I was wondering if maybe like Rob Caggiano, who was in Anthrax at the time, maybe produced the album or something.
oh yeah, maybe.
knows?
I know
Yeah, it
I
could
know
be.
he's a big producer guy. So
Because that guy, to me, I he quit, I know, but I really liked his playing.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And what did he?
Very boring
He was just
live.
playing with somebody. Well,
He was the bull, but he was
He was
in
a
Volbeat for a while.
Volbeat, and now he
He just got kicked out of Volbeat.
got kicked out of Volbeat.
I think he quit.
Oh, did he?
He
Okay.
quit. Yeah,
He quit. Yeah.
I think it's one of those.
Well, yeah, but I mean they're apparently on good terms. So I don't know.
Anyway, so back to Sepultura. So that song by what's the name of the band they covered?
Oh,
Refused.
the new model army.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so that
Movie
to
model.
me, like we just listened to it, sounds to me like something like, I mean, I get like where the influence comes from. It sounds to me like something like did you go see Tool on the last time they came to DC?
Joe
I
did.
did,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't.
When they had Killing Joke open, maybe it was the time before the last time.
They didn't.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember who opened.
Anyway, but the
We got there
Killing
right
Joke.
as Tool started.
Killing Joke opened at least maybe not this time, but the time before. I saw them open it, but they're a big influence on Tool apparently. And to me, like the Killing Joke type influence is something like I view the New Model Army to Sepultura, like because like the Killing Joke has like it's like got that kind of Peter Murphy kind of like 80s sound to it, and it's not heavy. But like I could see it like transversed into a heavier music, like just like this. Like it wouldn't surprise me if you talk to people who are in a lot of the like those like more like metal and heavy bands that like they might like the Smiths. Like I love the Smiths. I played in a metal band. Like I freaking love this.
Yeah.
It's just like that's like there's an influence that comes in there. Like if you like we were talking about Quicksand earlier. Like Quicksand did a cover of How Soon Is Now by the Smiths, and it's great. And like that's not something, those two things I wouldn't have put together. So like the Sepultura covering this doesn't seem too odd. It's just like weird when I went back to listen to it that it wasn't at all metal.
Yeah, I know.
No, not at all. Good lord.
No. I asked my wife because my wife was way into that, all the like new wave, and the British pop alternative stuff, and she's like, nope, never heard of this band in my life.
New Model Army. No, I think
Yeah.
I only heard of them because I think Andy Williams is it Andy?
Andy Wallace. Andy Wallace.
Sorry, Andy Williams.
Andy Williams is a Christmas singer.
Andy Wallace produced their album too. I think that's another thing that they had with him. That guy produced a lot of awesome albums, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sounded White Noise, right?
No, that was Dave Jordan.
I do that all the time. That's the second time I said that.
I mean, well, he also like there's awesome albums that he produced and mixed, or just ones that he mixed. But he is connected to pretty much every awesome album that you guys like, probably on some level.
Oh yeah.
He did Nevermind, I believe, didn't he?
He did the mixing of it, I think, but not the production of it.
Right.
Okay.
Production was the Butchvig.
That's right.
Yeah, but he
You
did.
are right.
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking now at his discography. He actually did a Rise also. What?
No.
He mixed
it. They gave it to him
that's right.
after somebody else produced it.
Okay,
That's how he
gotcha.
got his introduction into Sepultura.
Oh, he produced Rollins' band Into Silence. It's a good album. Talked about that
We
one.
that's a
mentioned
good
his
album.
name an awful lot.
Yeah, he comes
Yeah.
up a lot.
Yeah,
yeah.
he does. Yeah.
I'm trying to find out more about this new noise song.
Obsessed now.
Yeah,
It's just
I
stuck in the
gotta
middle
tell
of
you
an
though,
album.
from watching The Bear though, now the beginning of that song makes me agitated.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, yeah. It's a high.
It makes
high
me want
high
to
anxiety
It makes me want to cook angrily
and yell at people. Yeah.
Listen, chef. God damn
Yeah.
it.
Cousin, would you shut the fuck up?
This song, New Noise, has been featured in tons of movies. A video game, Tony Hawk Underground.
Wow.
Trailers from movies. And The Used, Anthrax, Snot, and Crazy Town have covered this song on numerous
The Used.
occasions live.
The Used are from Utah. They're from the town that I lived in Utah for a little while, actually. Interestingly enough.
So we'll like it.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Sepultura.
No.
Yeah, let's go back to Sepultura. How awesome is Sepultura? Have you guys ever seen them live?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
We
Yeah.
saw
Oh, boy.
Clutch in them.
Yeah, the Clutch opened up for them at Hammerjacks. We wrote that show.
Remember Max came out during Clutch's set? He did the
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, super cool.
We met them afterwards too, actually. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't meet Max. We met. Did we?
We met
No.
Igor
Was it
and
that
Andreas.
show?
Andreas.
Mhm, and we met the bass player from Clutch.
Yeah.
That was that show?
At
How did you
Hammerjacks.
wind up-
Hammerjacks.
I guess, yeah, okay.
94.
Was that was the, yeah, because that was where the dude fell in the back of the balcony.
Yeah.
They had the album like artwork hanging, because is Hammerjack still a thing?
Yeah.
They reopened.
No, they
They
reopened. yeah.
reopened.
It's since closed.
Have you been there to Hammerjack's, Greg?
No.
The old one or the new one?
I know what it is though.
Well, it's like it's the, I guess it's kind of a standard format for the bar type venue for bigger bands, but so it's got the second story with like the horseshoe shape balcony, and then they had an extra like kind of a third or second and a half story where you could go up kind of behind where the stage would be.
Yeah, there's a bar back there.
And there was a bar area back there on top, so it was kind of like, I don't know, it was probably like, what would you say, up 25, 30 feet up. And then there was an opening where you could look down and see a band if you wanted to. But Sepultura had it covered up with this big artwork tapestry.
Big banner of the album cover.
Yeah,
hanging
it's a
down.
backdrop.
And so they start playing Refuse Resist, and I don't know what, like 30 seconds into the song, you just see all this like movement behind the tapestry up above, and then just this pile or this thing just goes whoom, right down, and it knocks into the back of Igor.
Igor.
He's like, oh, I guess it's Igor. I'm mixing up Young Frankenstein. But he's like looking around, and some bouncers rush onto the stage. Some dude just fucking dropped like 30 feet down the wall.
Yeah.
At the drummer.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And he just kept fucking playing. He didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
No,
He had a really-
kinda
he had
looked
a really
at
good
him like,
view.
what happened?
Yeah.
I don't know about like what venues like were like here, but like so when I was in high school, like in we would go to all the concerts, and all the concerts in Buffalo happen at the hockey arena usually. The old, what we called the old Odd. It doesn't exist anymore. They knocked it down. And so, as you guys probably know, like the modern day hockey arena has a very like kind of like it goes like up, out and out. Like it's more like this way, like a large U shape.
We had the Cap Center here that was like this.
Okay, so like ours was like basically like
Straight
like
up,
basically-
yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
So like when you go to a concert, if you sit in the higher level, some asshole would always fall off the higher level
Yes.
into the lower level.
Yeah.
And it happened all the time. I remember going to that show. I would literally go and see anything that came because like that was all you could do. I saw
Well,
Bon
and it was
Jovi.
cheap back then too.
I saw Bon Jovi
Affordable.
and Cinderella open for them because they opened for every band that came to Buffalo, and I was in the very top of the stadium, which is like the oranges, and I was under the heating duct. Like my seat was like literally like under the duct. I
Oh
was
my
like
God.
this the whole night.
Oh my
And
God.
definitely people fell off. Like somebody always fell off. Awesome.
God.
Good time.
Jesus.
I feel like RFK was kind of steep too, or is. I don't know if they still have it. I guess it was
still,
just, it's a style. We're saving some space, saving some land by putting people in a fucking climb a mountain to get to your seat.
Well, I think that people in general were smaller then and didn't care about obstructed view seating, like which is now, like, you know, people, you know, you're gonna get sued, I guess, if you have that or something. I don't know. I mean, that when I moved to Boston, when the Boston Garden existed, you could have a seat behind a fucking pole, like that would be your seat.
Yeah.
But you're there when the Celtics are playing and they might win a championship. So
you can probably see
you got
half the court.
one hand and one hand the other.
God.
Obstructed view.
You might fall off these seats while you're watching this concert, but it could be awesome at the same time.
Yeah, so don't fall.
I don't know. I mean, but then at the same, I mean, could you also imagine not only is those seatings like that, but obviously, you know, throwing back those times, like you could smoke inside, so the whole concert, everything's big haze. So if you're up at the top, like you can't even see anything anyway.
Oh, if you're in
so
an
much
arena,
smoke.
Oh my God,
so much smoke.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
God,
you leave there, you just smell like
Smoking
a fucking ashtray.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, everybody was
like,
smoking in
what
those
stinks?
places.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many packs of cigarettes did we unwillingly smoke just going to shows?
Yep. Oh yeah, secondhand smoke. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we must have smoked multiple packs of cigarettes unwillingly.
But that was
then we go hang with our friends.
Joe and I were doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah. Some of you guys were.
So
better,
like those,
it's better to get the original smoke.
I mean, it's just much different than, like, you know, swinging it back to the other episode when we were talking about like hardcore and Snapcase during the day. Those shows are mostly like matinee type shows, and you go there, nobody's drinking, nobody's smoking, just playing music. It's just really violently loud. Then I remember, like, you know, that same age going to see Rush. Like, this was the first concert I saw Rush, maybe when I was in like early high school, and immediately, like, you know, the lights go down and smoke happens. Everyone's smoking around me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening? I don't even I couldn't even understand what was going on. Now, if you did that, you know, I don't know what would happen to you.
I don't know.
They still do it, but
it isn't everyone in the entire place, but there's always
and it's generally the outdoor ones where they do it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can sneak it nearly as easily if you're indoors.
No.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of places it's legal anyway. So.
What, smoking weed?
Well, I was talking about cigarettes.
I'm just talking about cigarettes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Weed is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I remember also, though, going to that Rush concert. I was in 8th grade, and my uncle took me, and somebody fired up some weed right next to us, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And my uncle's like, "Just watch the show." And then I did watch Red Rider, the opening band, play Lunatic Fringe, and just loved every second of it. Let's get back to Sepultura.
Yeah.
Yes, we should. Yeah. We should talk about more tracks.
Whoa, the tracks.
Wait, what about the album cover?
Yeah, what is up with the album cover? Anyone know anything about it?
No, not really.
What about Biotech is Godzilla or whatever? What is up with that song?
It's written by Jello Biafra.
Is it a cover?
It's not a cover.
No.
What pretty much Max is a huge Dead Kennedys fan. And this was turning into a much more political thing. So they initially were thinking about doing the big thing. He wanted him to come in and sing. He wanted to do the vocals. He wanted Jello to come down and record vocals for a song with them. And initially they wanted to just do a DK cover, and Jello was like, no, fuck no. I don't want to just rehash some bullshit that I've already done a million times. I'm doing a ton of different things with a ton of different people. So it didn't turn out that he could come down and do the vocals. So we ended up just writing lyrics. But when it came to that, he was just like, how about I write you a song? And Max was just like, please do it. And he's like, what should I write about? And Max was like, dude, you're Jello. Write whatever the fuck you want. And
you're Jello. What you want?
There had just been a very big conference that was either occurring or had occurred in Rio. their home country.
Brazil.
Regarding, yes, well, Rio de Janeiro is in Brazil.
You said country, Joe.
Well, it is their home. Their home country, Brazil. It was a big conference. It was regarding biotechnologies and things like that, their growth. So he was like, "Hey, this is happening. Can I do this song?" And Max is like, "Dude, write whatever you want to write. We will do whatever you do." So that's how it came to pass. And
So did he just write the lyrics or the music too?
He just wrote the lyrics.
Yeah.
So he gave him the lyrics, and I guess they composed the song around it. He wasn't interested in recycling old ideas. He suggested a song called Biotech's Godzilla. Let's see.
Well, it said something about how it wasn't
92.
it wasn't intended as like a technology is bad, but more like technology is bad in the wrong hands type thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think
Well, I think he says that.
Well, Jello,
right?
Jello quote spent 10 minutes explaining his crazy theory.
Yeah.
Just 10? It's Jello. It's probably an hour and a half. But he said that George Bush had sent a group of scientists to Brazil to test germs and bacteria on human beings and use them as guinea pigs. So the lyrics, claim that biotechnology created AIDS and other bad stuff. That technology in the wrong hands, as Eric referenced, is bad.
Yeah. George Bush created AIDS? Is that basically what he's saying?
Well, I don't know about Republicans.
So I gotta say though, that song to me is not one of the best on the record.
No.
But
it's the worst, actually.
Yeah, but like knowing where it came from now, like because I know that Jello Biafra wrote something for this album. So now that I know that, it makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think it's better. But so anyway, let's just go to not the best song on the album, but it is better than like if they just covered like California, Uber Alice or whatever. Yeah. Like this is better than that. So
the 80th time a band has done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but anyway, I would if we're going to go to the rating part, this to me though is like when I listen to this album, this is like there's not really many songs I skip, but sometimes this one I would skip.
We'll play a little bit of it.
That's reasonable.
It's straight up like hardcore too.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Skip it.
He's Godzilla. There's the 45 second mark where he makes the roar sound.
That's actually Jello Biafra.
Oh, is that Jello Biafra? So there is a little bit of Jello Biafra on the album. Okay.
Yeah, he actually, I guess, sent them in a tape, like a cassette tape, and that was on the cassette. This little and then he heard the actual recording, and he's like, "Why'd you guys put that on there? That's not very good." Like, we liked it.
He's right.
To me, I think like out of this, I mean, this is still a good song, but out of the songs in this album, that one is the one to me. It is the outlier of not the best one.
Keith loves that song.
Really?
I don't know if I love it. I enjoy it, okay. But I definitely would concur that. I mean, let's just face it, the chorus. I'm wondering how when he originally wrote that, if it fit, the rhythm that they're doing, because the verses sound fine. It's just the chorus. It's like biotech.
Yeah, that's the part that's pretty weak.
It's like
yeah,
it's a little cheesy
for sure. Yeah,
especially compared to the rest of the album. The rest of the album is so good, and this comes on, and you're like,
yeah. It seems the lyrics are a little forced into the riffs that they kind of had, instead of it being kind of formulated around it.
I think that is what my problem with it. Like when I heard that, like biotech, is that a word? Like, where are you going with that? Versus like, like refuse, resist. Like, I mean, that problem is like that song is so good. It's like, that one, and then war for territory. Like,
yeah.
I mean, literally, like, what are you going to do after that? I mean, anything after that's not going to be good. I mean, there's really, those songs are too good.
Yeah.
Well, the
I mean,
song
that
right after
song-
that's really good. And
Nomad
Slave
is
New
good.
World. Yeah,
Slave New World's awesome
Well,
too.
Biotech as Godzilla also inspired the album cover, just so you know.
Really?
And it's yes, apparently the artist is the same artist who did
I couldn't find any.
Beneath the Remains and Arise. The guy's name is Michael
I can see the
Whelan.
connection of Arise a little bit. Like there's those, like that thing in the background, that blue, like the brick wall with the blue little, like. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it
that-
looks like it. Yeah, it's a
I know,
combination of sketch photos,
yeah.
Xeroxes, and paint. And
The Lovecraftian.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
He said it's a kind of an anti-technology theme on the album cover, and that's kind of what Biotech as Godzilla.
I got to tell you that when I saw this, and this is just my own personal bias, is like, I really thought of Iron Maiden because like the fucking like guy in like the rap thing made me think of like a very is Eddie
like
an
Eddie,
Eddie
yeah.
type. Is there an Eddie type character that maybe like a Latin Eddie, like a Portuguese Eddie, Eduardo possibly?
Eduardo was getting eaten by some sort of weird Godzilla thing. Maybe I don't know what that is.
I don't know. This also was the part of the like once we got into like this, I bought this on CD. Once I got to CD for me, I stopped looking at the album cover, stopped looking at the liner notes, stopped looking
Yeah.
at the song names. I just put it on and listened to it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
I've
even know
never
the name of the
considered-
song Chaos AD until like I didn't even know that was the name of the song. Like whatever the first song is, I love that song.
Yeah, I've never really noticed the album cover for whatever reason on this. It's never offended me and never interested me that much. But
Yeah, I think I like the Arise album cover a little bit better.
Mhm.
It's a little cooler.
it is.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
more-
do you have the vinyl over there? Who's got that? Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Oh, I got one
So
too.
I have it too right there. Right
We all
behind
got
me.
it.
But it's the re-release. It's not like it's from.
Yeah.
Nah, this
from-
is
not from
this is the
93. But yeah.
this is
That's-
remastered
that's-
too. by
That's the
way.
remastered
Oh,
one.
it's a fold out. Look at that!
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Skateful.
yeah,
I thought you had
Gatefold.
Live After Death there, same coloring. So
Yeah, I know it does look like that. That's over there. Live After Death.
Fuck you.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
The original,
Um,
no less.
Oh yeah.
all
That's,
right.
yeah.
So what do we agree on? What is the best song on this album? Is it Chaos AD? Does everybody agree with me?
You mean Refuse Resist?
Refuse
Yes,
Resist.
Refuse
I do that all the
Resist.
time too.
The first song. on the album.
No, it's,
I don't
I
know.
think Nomad. Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I like
that's a great
Nomad a
song, too.
lot. Yeah, Nomad is so good. So is Amen. Amen is so good.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's-
Amen is apparently their response to Sad But True.
Well, it's
Really?
I thought
actually,
Nomad was.
No,
right?
it's about.
Or was it
Waco,
Nomad?
isn't
Oh,
it?
Nomad.
Yeah.
No, wait.
No, Amen is about David Koresh's.
Yeah.
I'm saying that-
collapse.
Stylistically.
But how is the Sad But True? Like, is it
Oh.
because it in drop D or something, or like? I mean, a D. Like Sad But True is in D, right? The whole
Yeah.
guitar studio in D.
Yeah.
Is that what they did with that one or not?
Andreas said the characteristically slow riffs was described by lead guitarist Andreas Kisser as their answer to Metallica's Sad But True.
For which song?
Nomad.
No, okay, Nomad. Okay. Those Amen and Nomad are I get them kind of mixed up because they're very similar.
Nomad doesn't seem like. Okay. I guess I kind of hear it. I don't know. Maybe you should play a song.
Yeah, put some.
Yeah.
Here. I want to make sure I'm not
Much
wrong about that.
faster.
Maybe it was the other one. Let me just double check.
Probably Amen. That's slower.
No, it's Nomad.
Yeah, I kind of. I guess I can see it there.
It gets slower. It gets heavier.
Yeah. The dog's into it.
He's being forced.
Yes.
So heavy.
So good.
I don't hear anything savage here. I take it back. This is not savage.
I don't think they mean
I don't think like similarly
He's-
musically, just like
just saying we wanted to write something slow and heavy,
yeah, just
Oh, okay.
punishing. You know.
Okay.
doesn't sound like riffs from Sabbath True. It's
No.
just the style of the song is more in line
Yeah.
with Sabbath True.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
style
know
is
what.
It's way more aggressive than Sad But True.
Yeah, it
obviously.
is. But it's Sepultura. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I didn't know what back then. I didn't know what playing behind the beat meant. I didn't know what that phrase meant. I do now, and
What
he
is
does
it?
that on this album. It's just like you're kind of locked into a groove, but it's kind of like I always thought he hits his snare just a little bit almost behind the beat. Like it's like the way he hits the snare on this album. It's just this like a half a second off, but it's done on purpose. It's like he's like,
No,
just like this.
It's all intentional. That guy's a metronome.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's like this
Is it on this song?
grooving. It's anywhere where it gets heavy, he does it
Okay.
all over the place. Just like this. He's like, it's like this weird.
But
like
that is the thing that makes it so cool, though. Like that's
yeah,
part of
yeah.
the
No,
groove
it's a
of
good
it,
thing.
though.
Yeah, it's a compliment. I
end
love
of
it.
this
I've always
song
loved
is-
it.
The end of the song's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good. I love it.
Oh.
This part.
The drums.
You doing double bass with the fork on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like that to me, though, speaks to the intentionality of the way the songs are made on this album. Is that like, if you go back to the last Sepultura album, like songs start off like Dead Embryonic Cells, etc., with that kind of pace, like like it's all like we're already at 11 and we're going to stay at 11. Like this whole
Right.
song, like songs like this one, like okay, we're coming in down here. The song gets a little faster, then it slows way down, and then at the end it goes sing back up to like double bass. Like so to me, like that, like kind of quiet, loud, fast, slow, like that change of pace to me is one of the things that made Sepultura a much more interesting band with this album.
Yeah, it's much more effective when you have, just some double bass as opposed to every song.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's
I
a good
wouldn't
point
go
too
double
with the drum style. If these songs are written with a modern metal band, a lot of these songs would have that stupid thing where the bass drum follows the guitar riff to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when you play the opening, when you play Refuge This, where the way it's diddle diddle diddle, it would be bass drum on every single one of those guitar notes. It'd be he doesn't do that. He sort of does it. He does double bass, but then he goes it's different. He doesn't do that typical. Well, what was typical now?
Yeah.
He kind of does more groove.
But
it's
that
a little
is
more style.
It's very intentional and it's very different than their last record.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, as much as the stylistically there, but I would say in comparison to Arise, in Arise, pretty much almost every single song, they do the badass, cool, thrashy shit, and then in the middle, all of a sudden, the bridge is just this bad as shit, slowed down groove, like, fuck your head up shit.
I see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and there's always like pretty much that's the one reason you listen to this stuff earlier than Arise. It doesn't have that one element to it, which is why I'm not I don't own schizophrenia or anything like that. But Arise had that. This then kind of maybe extends to more.
Yeah,
shit
Max.
that what he's
Max
doing
said he considers Arise, Chaos, and Roots to all kind of be like. I'm not a trilogy, but they have stylistic similarities. They kind of went from one to the next, and you can definitely see like on Roots where they took this and went really crazy with the tribal stuff.
Oh yeah,
and the heavy stuff.
Well, I think that like with certainly with this album, then definitely in the Roots, they're willing to take those slow parts of Arise. Just okay, we're going to just start with the bridge. Like start with that part, and then somebody made them accept that this is what we need to do now, and it fucking works. It's like a little bit backwards or sideways, but I don't know. For me, like that piqued my ear.
That's the Pantera philosophy. You take that really badass cool part and you make it the entire song.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
I also am a big fan of Arise. I don't know if you guys like that album, but I mean not Arise. I'm sorry. The next album, Roots. Like
Roots.
that album.
I love Roots. Yeah,
I love Roots too. Joe's not a big fan.
No.
I don't know what your opinion is, Keith.
I have not. I mean, I'm sure I've listened to most of it at some point or another, but I never owned it.
I need to go back.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
listen
that's-
to it. I'm looking forward to that one. 'cause I
Roots,
think
Bloody Roots, the song is.
Yeah.
It's
God,
it's
so heavy.
so percussion based. It's awesome.
I remember
It's
liking
different.
that song a lot, and then the rest of it, I don't know. It's just not.
I mean, this album to me, I like this album better. But Rob,
Yeah, this album's
he would say that Roots is better. So
Yeah, that's crazy. But
this, I mean, I don't know where you guys listen to this. Like, how did you get this album when it came out? KSAD, we're talking about.
bought it on
Went to a
CD
record
or
store.
wherever.
I think there was probably an ad in a magazine that said it's coming out such and such a date.
Well,
and
I remember
we went-
Territory came out. The video came out before the album did too.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
But we got it as soon as it came out. We went out and got it.
Was there a
Right,
single?
you know.
I feel like I had a single of it.
A
Like,
single of Territory.
Yeah, there was a single.
Yeah,
There was a couple of CD singles. Yeah, they had like cover songs on the.
So did you buy it on CD
yeah.
or vinyl? Like,
Yeah, CD.
CD, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
About
we
it.
had
Go back to
somebody had the CD. I think of the single.
I did.
Yeah.
I still have them. I have them in the other room. There were two. There was like a double set thing. I think there was like a live song and then a cover song.
Well, that's you mentioned the cover that's on here from New Model Army. Like they did that. They also, when they were recording that, recorded the other covers that I didn't, of course, write down what the fuck they are. But all of that ended up being the B-sides on the singles that came out for this album.
Yeah, there's Policia.
That was one of them. I should have brought them in. I have many in the room. I just didn't bring them in.
Well, for me, I would never have bought this album before. Like my cousin telling me, "Go buy it right now." Like, because I had panned them with the last album that came out before. I'm like, I mean, this is okay to me, but not an essential thing. And then he called me. He's like, "You must buy this album right now." And, and then I went and bought it.
Yeah,
and
this band was they were one of our favorites.
They
so.
really were. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were really into because we had their live kind of home video live thing that we watched
Yeah.
the hell out of.
Oh,
So
really?
we were
a
counting down
VHS
the
Was it
days.
live from
Mhm,
like somewhere in
VHS.
Spain, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was in Brazil, I think.
No, it was Spanish, I think.
Was it Spain?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we were counting on the days and got the album, brought back, sat in,
Oh my
sat
God.
in
Maybe it was
Tim's room and
Portugal.
listened to it.
Maybe Portugal. But yeah, this was delivering pizzas, playing this album.
Actually, probably listened to it in your car on the way
Constantly.
home. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Such a good record. Such a good record. And so I guess we've been talking for a long time, but one of the fun things about this podcast was, I had to put this back on and listen to it because I just, for whatever reason, I don't listen to this every day. So I just pulled it out. I haven't listened to it in a long time. And I'm like, God damn it. This is a great album. Every song.
Yeah.
Biotech, I take it or leave it. But the rest of it, it's so good as this record.
Biotech's so short. It's like, it's fine. Just
Well, I definitely
Yeah,
have some other highlights, but
Yeah,
Oh, I
let's
got
go
it,
through this, 'cause I think like one of the other lowlights, "We Who Are Not As Others." It's like meh.
what? I love that song.
It's just lacking some lyrics. I think it's good.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
little repetitive.
kind of.
I mean, yeah, but I love the riffs.
I think
in that.
yeah, and the drumming.
Yeah, oh yeah. We'll play a little bit of that, but for a long time, this was one of my favorites on the album, just because of the guitar thing here. Love that. Such a cool riff.
Yeah.
It's that live video with Barcelona.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just sent a link in the messaging.
Yeah. And you got that acoustic guitar going. That's cool too.
And percussion.
Cool guitar harmonies.
That's really, it's kind of an instrumental, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the whole song. You got the "We Who Are Not." The laugh at the end reminded me of Madhouse by Anthrax. So.
Oh yeah, totally.
Very beginning.
This was another one of those CDs that if you played it when you went to sleep, there was a bonus track of just those the outtakes of the laughing.
Yep.
Oh God.
It would wake you up.
It was,
like, oh, God damn it. Slave New World is a drum fill at 135. If you want to
play that intro, the first riff, please, to this song. I just love how it starts out.
Yeah.
I love how it goes on that snare.
And then the next riff is really good too. It's just it's easy, but
There it is.
Yeah, that crack of that snare.
Evan Seinfeld is one of the lyric writers on this.
I know, I saw that.
What was his band?
Biohazard.
Biohazard.
So 135, right?
Yeah. It is.
Well,
Yeah.
that guy's pretty good.
So good.
Yeah.
I also had Amen, song Amen, 235.
I had 2
And-
o'clock.
and 250 and 320.
Yeah, I had 320 also. The whole, yeah.
For which one?
Amen.
That whole song
I love that
is just
song.
ridiculous.
Oh, that riff, the main
No,
riff.
the way that slides in.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's right. Sounds like a backwards interstemming.
Yeah.
That's a very dime bag thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What are the other ones? I had 210 and then 320, but that's the other.
250.
I had 2 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, it's Jesus
2
Christ. Just play like 2 minutes. Yeah, this is one of my favorite moments on the entire album.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
See, when I listen to this, I hear shades of what's going to be in Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This.
That's where my crash cymbal is.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep playing because it goes into this next part when it gets to the ba.
Yeah. Okay, that's the best song on the album. Sorry.
Yeah, that might be my favorite now.
That's the best song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty great.
Also, Propaganda, 145 and 240.
Well, we got to play a little Kiowas.
Yeah, that's true.
So this one's
I'm not.
interesting.
I'm just trying to jump.
I was afraid to
around.
pronounce it, so I'm glad you said it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea if the way I pronounced it is correct.
I think it's quinoa.
Good for you.
That's on quinoa.
This was recorded live among the ruins of a medieval castle in Chepstow.
In
Old
Wales.
Chepstow.
Wales. Yeah.
They
I had
recorded
no
the
idea.
album.
That's pretty
They
cool.
recorded the album in Wales, didn't they?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, they did.
They
Makes
did.
sense.
They did.
They did.
I like that it opens with them kind of just fucking around and like tuning their guitars. I was
Yeah.
like that.
Well, so I think I read in one of the articles that was a thing about the album, that they wanted to record it outside of where they're from to get a different perspective. That was part of it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Did you read the thing about them not playing this live until they saw Neurosis play it live?
Another band?
They played.
Yeah, they
they
saw
played
another
this
band
song?
cover this.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
they saw Neurosis cover this live, and they're like, "Well, I guess we need to start putting that in our set."
Huh.
And it's been in their set ever since. Oh, that was funny.
It's hilarious.
But this is
Wait.
another example of how different this album is, right? like,
I remember
this would not have been on a rise. There's no way.
This is named after a tribe that I think they were being colonized by some other culture, probably white Europeans, and I guess they all committed suicide in protest.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I read that a long
To me,
time
this
ago.
is another one of those songs that leads to Roots, like because of the drum sound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
100%.
You definitely see that stepping stone right there.
Somebody is like, okay, in this song we're playing the tribal drum. Now we're going to go grab that guy from the tribe and lock him in the studio and make him record a whole album with us.
Yeah.
And that's what happened on Roots.
Greg, are you a Gojira fan?
I like the idea of the name of a band called Gojira, but I don't even know what kind of music that is. Probably
No
metal,
shit.
I'm
Oh,
hoping.
man. Oh,
Really? I've seen them live. God, gee.
Well, I was going to say this album reminds me a lot of the latest Gojira album.
Oh, really? Then I have to go listen to that
It's
tomorrow
another Andy Wallace album too.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
That most recent
French.
Gojira album.
They're
so good.
French?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gojira to me seems very close to Godzilla, so I also
What's
like
the
that.
Japanese version of Godzilla?
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
it
they're
really?
a lot like biotech.
Oh.
What?
I'm
Well,
gonna-
here, let's.
so-
This is a good. Here, just we'll give you a little taste.
Yeah. Is he sad?
It's getting late. Gotta get
There's
to some
no
of the
vocals?
There are
There
vocals.
is.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
This is a new album? This is a new
Came
album?
out
That's true.
2 years ago,
That's true. It was a 2021.
2021.
Okay.
That's good. I'm going to listen to it tomorrow.
I mean,
like
if
Yeah.
you like,
So
It's
good.
called
if you like good
Fortitude
drummers,
is the name of the
holy
album.
shit.
That
No,
drummer is
yeah.
amazing. It's one of the best
Ridiculous.
drummers I've ever seen. That guy was live. Was like, what?
Mario.
How are you doing that? Yeah, Mario Duplanter.
Yeah, the
Duplantier.
this guitar. My latest guitar is the it's got the little Gojira G on the back of
Joe
it. 'cause
Duplantier.
It's the
Duplantier.
signature series of the singer of that band. So
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Charvel?
And
yeah.
Oh, very nice.
and are they from an exotic country, just like Sepultura? Drummer and lead singer / guitar, rhythm guitar are brothers.
Yes, the Duplantier brothers. Yeah, the last three Gojira albums have all been really good.
All right, so
The first-
what is the as we're leaving this of it, I need to get my list thing next. What's the Gojira album I need to listen to first?
Let's do the last.
Boom,
one.
boom, boom, because they're from France.
You could, I guess you could just go back. You could do the most recent.
Yeah.
Is that the best album by Gojira? Because if you were to ask me
That's
what's the
my-
best Sepultura album to listen to, I would tell you it
I
is
think it's-
either this
I would,
one or the
yeah,
other
I would
one.
say the new one. I would say
I don't know a lot of
Fortitude
their
and-
older stuff. I think the new one's probably the best one I've heard.
Yeah, Fortitude and Magma are both like neck and neck. They're both so good.
All right,
I sent you a link in
I'm putting it on
Messenger.
my phone to listen to at work tomorrow because we don't have Wi-Fi there, so I'm gonna listen to it there. So.
Just
Yeah, I think
such
you'll
good
like
albums.
it. I think you'll like it.
Well,
I lost my track listing. There we go.
all right. We just going to discuss propaganda, or do?
Yeah.
All right.
You can just jump to 240 if you want. That'll get
Sure.
you there.
That opening riff though is great.
Oh yeah.
Here's 240. Yeah. It's another band we ripped off a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bass sounds so fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I had
if you go to
Manifest. Sorry.
I was going to say, if you go to Nomad, that's a good example of him doing the kind of playing behind the beat. If you go to 237, he's kind of just like laying back a little bit. It's just like... That's like a little bit of a...
It's almost like a build up, like a...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got this weird...
I know. I remember Eric Josephson thought that was hilarious for some reason.
Oh, really?
He used to just go,
It's pretty funny. Yeah, Manifest I had. So in Manifest, there's this weird drum fill at... it was... Yeah. Not a weird drum.
Oh, 324?
There's that, and there's a ride thing he does too at 101 that's kind of...
Okay.
It's just a weird, like... It's cool. That thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then the drum fill was 315. It was...
There we go.
What the hell, man?
Awesome. They got to play the Pavilion Nove part of 355, where the way it's sort of like in both speakers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and that riff after this, heavy.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
I love the bass follow.
Yeah.
It's busier than the guitar part, actually.
It's really cool.
We have at least 2 guitar players on. We have not even discussed Andreas Kisser really on this. Is there anything...
what's funny about him is, like, I mean, riff wise, of course, it's awesome. His solos were never like fantastic to me, but the latest Sepultura album, what was it called? Quadro or whatever?
Quadra.
Yeah. He, like, oh my God, he's gotten
so
friggin' good.
Yeah.
The solos on that album are impressive as hell.
I've always thought of him as a pretty good lead guitarist, but nothing ever stuck. But nothing was ever Kerry King offensive either. He just kind of like Anthony Bramante not Anthony. Is that his name from Nuclear Assault?
Oh yeah.
Like he kind of just did good solos that fit the song, but you never.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't think he's like bad. I just like he never really stood out to me.
Yeah, that's
like his stuff. Yeah.
But these albums, like if you listen to the solos on this album, it's similar to like, remember like in the 90s, guitar solos were not the thing, and so much.
That's right.
So, like,
yeah.
This album does a good job of balancing. Like there's at least one solo that has like this tapping thing but it's very melodic, and it's not like the wankitude that would have gone on like in the 80s and stuff like that. So it's a good balance for like whatever it was the time. It fits the time.
Yeah. I would recommend, like, I know that Sepultura kind of fell off for a while, especially for me. I didn't even pay attention to them. It was Tim who was like, you should listen to Sepultura. And I was like, whatever. I listened to it. I was like, oh my God, this is really good. Like, way better than I thought it would be.
Wait, post Max Cavalera Sepultura?
Yeah. The most recent one is really good.
Although I like, Derek covered it. I stopped listening to him after Max left. Is there other good Sepultura to listen to?
I'm telling you, the one that came out in 2020, Quadra.
Yeah, 2020.
Quadra
was Guardians of Earth. That song.
Oh my God!
All right, I trust your judgment. I'll go back.
Whenever Max left and they got the new singer, this is what back in the Was it back in the 90s or
96?
It was 98. No, he left in.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So when did they come back? Whatever that time that was, it was like 20 years ago, right? Or a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think my brother showed me the screen, or not the screenshot, but he showed me on the computer, like there was some heavy metal message board or something that he was looking at, and it just said the new singer for Sepultura is bullshit. That's how they put it. And I was like, well, that kind of stuck with me. And I was like, I'm never going to fucking listen to this stuff.
He might have left in 97 because Soulfly, the first Soulfly album came out in 98, and so did the next Sepultura album.
Yeah.
That first Sepultura album with Eric Green was 98. So he must have left in 97.
Soulfly album is awesome. The first
one, yeah, it's good. Really good.
Also, though, like, you got to, I mean, regardless, if you're Derek Green and whatever, you're coming into, you're replacing the founding member and singer of the band. What are you going to do? You know,
what are you going to do?
It's not easy.
Because I saw Bad Brains where they had the guy from Faith No More singing instead, the first singer from Faith No More,
Chuck Mosley,
instead of HR, and I'm like, you know, Chuck Mosley was a legend, but he's just like, this is not working for me.
No, that's kind of a weird mix because he has an odd kind of a delivery, especially.
But like, it's just it's hard to step into those shoes from someone that's that iconic that's leaving a project.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I'm glad that there's some good post Max Sepultura. I just immediately discounted it, but thank you for telling me to check it out.
I'll play a little bit of. Let me see. This is Guardians of the Earth, but I'll get into it because it starts kind of.
There's even a newer album.
Is it covers?
There's like
it's covers of their stuff.
The fight is starting again. The blood is staining our legs. Selfish desires commence the killing again. Illusion of wealth, stirring the rage. The fight is starting again. Beyond expectation. Our love, our salvation slips through our heads. One time, we've sold our souls. There's no place to run.
I don't know if that's a good example. I mean, it's, you know.
I think if you go to the end of that one, the endings.
Yeah,
there's
like a really good.
There's like a.
There's a good solo too. Good solos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it.
Oh. It's so good.
What is this, Devin Townsend with Sepultura?
I know, right?
that's
good.
That's new Sepultura.
Yeah, that was
2020.
So bizarre. I just sent you, Eric, a link to going back to like the Snapcase episode when I was with those guys and we opened up for the Derek's band Outface. I sent you a link to what they sounded like. This is like when I know that guy as the vocalist. This is what he sounded
okay.
like. So play that song. Just listen to it.
When's this from?
This band's called Outface. They're from Cleveland.
From how long ago?
92.
So Derek is the
Production
singer.
sounds really good.
Yep, it was a great band. The guitar player was in Civ after this.
Yeah. Kind of got a glam rocky little riff there.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Wow.
Long intro. Come on, Derek.
Good riff. Whoa.
Wow. Ooh.
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, that's definitely different.
What's up with that?
That was
What's
the band.
up with that?
That was the band that Rob was in the band there, but my band and pre-Snapcase Solid State opened up for in Pennsylvania with Derek
Oh
singing.
my gosh. Wow.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that's the same guy we just listened to sing.
I know. I don't know.
40 years ago.
Yeah, right.
But also
I didn't know
picture
he could
though,
do that.
he was also like the consummate frontman person. Everyone loved whatever he was doing.
Mm.
He was trying to do at that point, I think he was trying to balance like trying to sing and then doing screamo stuff at the same time and channeling a little HR stuff, probably trying to figure out who he was. He's probably, I don't even know how old he was, but probably not even 20 or maybe early 20s. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, had to be. Yeah.
And then he became whatever he needed to be for Sepultura, which is obviously pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, right.
That last album, yeah.
That's why I
was
like,
shocked.
but like when I heard that he was a singer, I remember someone telling me, like, "Did you know Derek's a singer for Sepultura?" I'm like, I don't see that fitting at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well,
I could see why.
Yeah, if that's what that's how you know him, then
Yeah,
you
but
really...
now I mean, I'm gonna go listen to that album tomorrow. I mean, it's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that was
good for him.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, listening to like, I mean, I would compare that for him as like if you were to pull Michael Bolton's metal album and listen to it, it's totally different than what he did later on. It just shows how versatile that guy is as a musician.
Yeah.
He can do,
Michael Bolton. Oh man,
both obviously. Do you have Michael Bolton's hardcore album? He was in that album straight out of Bolton.
If you celebrate his whole catalog, you do.
Yeah.
A no talent ass clown.
I gotta go smash your printer now. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this album before we grade it on?
I could go through the entire.
This album gets A double plus.
Manifest,
Yeah.
but I don't need to.
Yeah. We should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. A plus.
A plus.
A plus.
A plus plus.
It's a plus plus. It's the Christmas story.
It's
A
the
plus
Christmas
plus
story.
plus.
Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is their best album.
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, from the production, songs, like everything, it's a perfect album.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks for having me on this. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. We appreciate it, man. It's good seeing you. I'll touch base with you offline.
Yes.
All right, man.
He
He's
is
literally out.
It's time for bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those guys are older than us. So. I guess not you.
Is he older than me?
He's probably about the same age.
Yeah, I think he's at least the same age. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play a round of sabak.
Let's just say how much you want to play around a sabak.
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
For Tim and Joe and Keith, this is Eric saying,
Thank you. Good fucking night. Energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood.
I'm sorry, I'm going to PA. Bloodaholics Anonymous.
Cutting it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan.
Some cunt's recording this.